What's going on, guys? So right now I'm picking up some new Aldabra tortoises, and I wanted to show you guys the enclosure they were in. So I found these guys through a friend of mine. She was able to send me the information of the person selling them, and I came to pick them up 2 hours away from Miami. So these guys are going to be going to Shadows Reptiles now. This is their enclosure. They have a couple hides, and it's a nice little area for them. And they also have an ivory sulcata, kind of like Young Boy, except he's probably not as mean. Young Boy always wants to pick a fight with everybody. If that was a female, I would have taken it, but it's another male, so Young Boy and him would fight, and they can't breed, so it's unnecessary. But we're gonna go ahead and pack these guys up in the truck and take them back to Miami with us. Now they're both drinking water, so we gotta give them a second before we pull them out. They were just eating some romaine lettuce. But these guys are very well taken care of, as you can see with the smooth shells. The only thing I would have done different is not use sand, because I'd be afraid of impaction, sorry. But these guys are very well taken care of, and they don't look too mean, or not mean, but too shy. And so we weren't even able to make it in the car. This guy already peed and pooped in the box, so we're gonna have to give it a little wash. The other one's in here, and she seems to be fine, freaking out a little bit, but all right, well, it looks like the tortoises already left a nice surprise, and it's been like 5 minutes since we left the property. Not even, I think it's been like maybe 2 or 3. So this is definitely going to be the funnest 2 hours and 45 minutes of my life. All right, so now we're enjoying some Chick-fil-A while these guys playing their little shit slip and slide that they've created. It's not the most pleasant meal of my life, but it's not too bad. You know, the wind at least takes away the scent of shit when we're driving. Looks like the female made a little slushy here. I'm gonna fucking vomit there. That's nasty. Oh, dale. Honestly, I should just throw the whole box away. Look at this. All of this shit is literally just leaves for the male. The female, I guess she wasn't as interested in the leaves. There's some leaves in it, but it's mostly just actual shit. It's like a smoothie. This one was dry. This one was just grass. So at first, it was just the male pooping. It didn't smell that bad. It smelled kind of like horse poop. But then, when the female pooped, that's when it hit us. It was bad. All right, so I just left my grandfather's house. That's where I was at right now. I was showing him the tortoises like I usually do whenever I get a new one. And now we're heading out to my house. I don't have them in the back anymore since this is a shorter trip. I just put them in the bed of the truck freely. I have the box back there, but they're walking around because I already washed off the box, and I washed off the tortoises as well. So as you can tell, these guys are very active. I put them right down next to the truck, and this one's already over here. The other one's over there walking around. I'm gonna keep these guys with my female sulcatas. It shouldn't be a problem, but if it is, I'll move my female sulcatas with my other group of sulcatas at my friend's house and just keep them all together over there. That's what I've been thinking of doing for a while anyways, but for now I'd prefer to keep them here in my house. So I'm gonna just see how that goes, and if anything, I'll just switch them over. After selling my kidney and hotboxing tortoise shit for 2 hours, we finally got the Aldabras to my house. They're gonna be doing good in this enclosure. Now it's already starting to get late, and these guys are freaked out from the trip. So tomorrow I'm gonna feed them, and hopefully they'll start eating. Well, this guy could easily scale the enclosure that I made for the sulcatas. Or not the enclosure, but the little barrier. Well, actually, I don't know. He's kind of struggling now, but he got up so easily the first time that I thought he was gonna make it easily. So I'm thinking that these two might be females. At least that's what I'm hoping. I'm not 100% sure because they are still young. This is going to be the second thing I offer them. This is a hibiscus flower, and it doesn't look like they like this too much either. I'm not sure what they were feeding them. The only thing that I've seen them eat was romaine lettuce, and in their poop they had a ton of leaves from like a regular tree. It wasn't like leaves like hibiscus leaves or anything. It was literally just like little oak leaves. I tried to feed them a punti cactus. They didn't want to eat that. Now I'm gonna see if they want to eat a little bit of flour. But if anything, we're gonna have to go the hard way, and I'm gonna have to start buying romaine lettuce and mixing it in with their food. There we go. He's finally eating it. The flour that I left in front of him disappeared. I don't know if it was him or one of the sulcatas. It could have maybe been one of the sulcatas. He saw them eat it, and now he knows that it's edible. Or maybe he was the one that just came around and ate it after a while, and now he likes them. But he took to the second one pretty quickly. I only had to hold it for like 2 seconds, and he started eating it. Maybe he just wasn't fully awake by the time I started feeding it. These guys are definitely a lot slower than the sulcatas when it comes to eating. They're super cool though. And another thing is that I realized that in the video I was calling this guy the male and that one the female. I don't know why I did that. I'm guessing it's maybe because of the size or something, and I'm used to my two Aldabras, the male being the bigger one. But I don't know the sex of these guys because they have the same size tail. The only reason I was able to figure it out for these guys is because they're the same size, and one of them has a long tail and the other one has a shorter tail. I asked a friend of mine that knows a little bit more about Aldabras than I do, and they told me that they're still too young to know for sure, but that they think that it might be a female. So this guy's starting to eat the Missouri already, so it looks like he likes that. He ate a couple hibiscus flowers as well. And the female's over here, she was eating, but Gracie kind of spooked her right now. And she hasn't tried the flower, but she was eating the hibiscus. As you can see, it's a little bit, or not the hibiscus, sorry, the Missouri. As you can see, she has a couple bites in there. So I'm gonna just let him be. This one's a little bit more shy than the other one. So I'm gonna just let him be and she'll hopefully start eating. Oh, I'm cleaning up their enclosure now. Picked up a bunch of rocks, poop, and plants that shouldn't be in the enclosure. And this Aldabra snatching up the Missouri for the sulcatas. I forgot which sulcata that was for. I think it might have been Athena. Yeah, it was Athena, I think. I put it over there for, I guess she didn't want it, and the Aldabra's taking it. I don't know why. Maybe she didn't see it because she followed me. She kept following me, so she probably just missed it. But either way, I'll probably feed them again later, the ones that didn't eat right now. I got these guys towards the end of September 2020, and they've gotten massive as well. They were a lot smaller when I first got them, and I think that this guy's a male and this one's a female just because that one has a smaller tail than this guy does, and they're the same size. For these two, I think it's going to be a little bit harder to tell because I think they're the same gender since they have the same size tail, even though they're very similar sizes. And this one over here does not like me too much. This is the smaller one out of the two. I put a little bit of Missouri. She is eating, she's doing all right, but she's just not very friendly compared to the other guy. He's actually pretty friendly. He eats out of my hands and he'll walk up to me. As you can see, she does eat and she's doing all right, but she's just not very friendly compared to the other tortoises. But I'm sure here with the sulcatas and the other Aldabras, she'll adapt very quickly. One thing that I did notice about the two is that they both drink so much water. They're always drinking water. Next year, these guys are probably going to be big enough to go in with the larger ones as well, which is going to be awesome. Imagine having 4 of these big boys walking around your yard. I made a quick little line of Missouri just to get all their attention so that I could end the video off here. So I'm going to go ahead and feed the other 2 that aren't eating right now. And if you guys want to see more of these 2 big tortoises, all the other tortoises and reptiles here at Shadows Reptiles, make sure you subscribe, leave a like. Have a great day.